What's up, guys? Gamer Pim here, bringing you a game of domination on Havana na 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 na. Anyways, so it's really late at night, and I'm really tired, and I'm gonna do this anyways. And I probably shouldn't talk too loud because my parents are gonna hear me. They're gonna come in here and they're gonna stop me. But I don't care. Do you know why I don't care? Because it's late, and I can be up as late as I want to be. Just saying. The reason why I picked this particular gameplay isn't because I did good in it, or I did great in it. It's because I have a famous guy in it, and it is Grizz. Um, before, I was aware that it was the actual Grizz. I assumed that it was just a fanboy. And so, like, I'm looking at the guy's stats, and I notice that all of his kills are with the L96. I'm like, I think to myself, I'm like, wow, what a fanboy. And then I mentioned it to Ultra, and Ultra's like, hey man, that's the actual Grizz. I was like, oh, okay, because I've never looked him up or anything, and um, when I realized that it was the actual Grizz, I was like, oh boy, I better get ready for some ponage. I'm gonna get owned this round. I better not rage that hard, and it turns out like even though he gets hyped up as such a great player. And I'm not saying that he's not, because I didn't play but 2 matches with him. Um, he didn't do the best on his team. One time he even went negative. And it kind of helped me realize that though people say that he's the best at COD games, or that he's the best at sniping or whatever he does, he's just a normal person. And he plays like the rest of us. And I think that it really leveled the way I think about commentators on YouTube. And because I've always thought of people like C Nanners and Hutch and Grizz, and even Woody's gamertag as these great these great players who I'd never be able to compete with, and who I'd get into a lobby with, and I'd just freak out because of how good they are. And I wasn't I'm not gonna say that. I'm not gonna try to bash anybody here, and I'm not trying to be mean or anything, but he wasn't as good as I thought he was going to be. I don't know if it's because he was split screened, because he was. I don't know if it's just the couple matches, because everybody has an off game or two, and so like I wasn't impressed this game, but there might have been games where I'm just like, oh Jesus, he's a beast. But that wasn't the case, and so basically what this video is pretty much about is just me talking about how people are built up so much in the community that you automatically assume before you see them that there's these godlike players, when actually they're just normal players who play the game for fun like everybody else, and who doesn't sell their soul to the devil to be good at this game. And anyways, like if like I've asked myself a bunch of times, what would I do if I got into a lobby with Hutch or Woody's Gamer Tag or whoever I might get into a lobby with, and I was like, well, I would try to be the best player I could be, and I'd put my try-hard pants on, and I'd show them that I'm a good player, and maybe they'll be kind enough to put me on the friends list. But I have a strong feeling that they run into people at my skill level a lot, and I'm not. That sounded really cocky, but this is the only game I play. I really don't like hobble on over to other games, and I've spent 10 days total and like 11 hours into this game, and so I feel like I have a firm grasp over the game, and that I'm pretty good. I'm definitely not the greatest player. There's things I could improve on, and I said improve like 15 times just then, but you guys didn't hear it because I whispered it, and it was in my brain. I'm gonna stutter right here because I'm sounding stupid, and now I sound too stupid. All right, stop yourself right now, Pim. him, Ian Pim. Take a deep breath. Okay, anyways. Where was my train of thought? Somewhere along the lines of how I think I'm a good player. And what Grizz would do, which I noticed a lot, is when he'd get onto a position, or when he'd try to kill you, is the first thing he'd do is throw a stun, and that he always killed me when he did that. And which is something I don't do. Normally I'll just run in and try to shoot you. And I was like, as I was playing, I saw this, and I was like, well, that's something that I don't do that shows his skill level. And because he knows that if I'm stunned, I'm going to be an easier target to kill than if I'm able to move freely. Sorry, I just had a drink. It's kind of saying hi again. Anyways, moving on. And so, I think what makes a good player isn't necessarily how many, how well you do in one-on-ones or two-on-ones. It's more of how you are all the time. And because I'm, like I said, I only played 2 matches with him. It's not like I've been playing years with him and I know his play style. This might have just been a one-time thing. It might not have been him playing because he was split screened. Who knows? But like I was saying, it wasn't like it wasn't the way I thought it was going to be when I met somebody who had been hyped up as much as he has. And it's really helped me realize that we're all just gamers in the community, and it's not like there's a group of people that are godlike in the game and that no one will be able to kill, and they take the same amount of bullets to kill them, and it's the same amount of frustration when they turn on you. It's just they're famous. It would be like if you were friends with Tom Cruise before he was famous and then he got famous. You would know that Tom Cruise was just a normal person. He's not some godlike actor who is in character all the time. You know, so basically that would translate to the gaming community as they're not they're not people who are constantly playing and they've dedicated their lives to becoming gods at COD. They're just regular people like the rest of us, and so yeah, so that's pretty much what this entire video, well, this commentary has been about. It's not pretty much about the video. To sum up what I was using the MP5 because of the contract, and like always, this is my rush, or if you look at the way I've labeled my my blah blah blah, what's it called, my classes, is this is my run and gun class. And if you notice, I have a baby Grizz killer in my class list. Man, I can't remember that word to save my life. But basically, when I run into people who try to do 360 no scopes and try to kill me from across the map with a no scope, I'll pull that class out and I'll just snipe them hard scope, you know, like the pros do. So yeah, let's all just try to remember that there's no such thing as an invincible player, and that people people that are as famous as Grizz are just normal players like the rest of us, and there's no reason we should think that they're masters at the analog stick. And so this game is coming pretty much to an end. I'm not too sure on how well I did this map. I know that I did a lot more capping than I normally do to try to impress the upper class of gamers, I guess. And so that's pretty much it. Right there, I thought that he might have dashboarded because he didn't want to take a loss, which all my friends do. And then I looked and I was like, oh, he's still here. I was like, he's a pretty cool guy. Actually, that's not going to sync up properly unless I put something at the front of this video. Oh well. Oh well. I'll just leave it like this. I'll put maybe a funny picture at the beginning of this video. Or perhaps a like and subscribe. Alright. See you guys later.